think in looking at how we did this last year, there was value in having the document. There was value in at least calling out the issues at the beginning of the year that we knew we wanted to keep track of. And again, that sounds like sort of an odd, basic business management assumption, and it shouldn't be that surprising, but I think in some cases, council, whether it's in Seattle or other government agencies, you don't take the time at the top of the year to say, what are the things that we really want to make sure we keep track of through the course of the year? And I really need to applaud Richard as council president for being the person who then on a quarterly basis has said, okay, where are we with this item? Where are we with this item? Is this item stalled, and why? Should we keep it on the list, or should we not look at it again until the fourth quarter? And given that the nature of this job seems to be the best laid plans are really meant to be undone very quickly, left turns, things, obstacles you have to swerve around. One day you don't know what's happening with the viaduct, the next day you have a bored tunnel. And that's the nature of the job, but having this list at the top of the year, for me last year, it was a useful tool, not just for my committee, but also to kind of see what we were accomplishing as a whole, and where colleagues were perhaps in need of a bit more attention on something, or where something was stalled out and we saw an opportunity to help out in some way. So in terms of an internal tracking and progress document just for us, it was helpful. These are necessarily aspirational in some ways in terms of how you talk about the rhetoric of, yeah, we want to feed everybody. Absolutely, we want to feed everybody. But it's also something that in some ways communities demand to see on the list because they know that they are in competition in terms of other priorities. And so in some ways I look at the list and I think, well, who doesn't want to improve customer service? And at the same time, I know that there are folks that look at the list and say, well, how come you're not talking about customer service in the time of declining revenues and declining ability for the city to do everything that it wants to do? And so there's always the danger of this being the kitchen sink type list. And we did creep from 13 to 15, but I think we're still within the universe of what I think is a reasonable list of themes and priorities to pursue for the year.